Hey lovelies, thanks for stopping by my channel today. I am excited to share with you the few things that I am bound and determined to use up this year. I am not really one to do project pan. If you are not new to my channel, you'll know that I've done the deck of panning, which I really was more calling it like the deck of using all my makeup because it was just a way for me to rotate through things. But I do have some items that I am just like, I'm getting close. I'm getting so close, and I thought that if I did this video, it would be a way to hold myself accountable to use some of these things that really, I'm feeling good about it, and I know I can use these up this year. But if we haven't met before, my name is Kelly, and I'm a professional hair and makeup artist, and here on my channel, I strive to keep beauty real. Real honest, real relatable, and real fun. So if that sounds like something you'd enjoy, don't forget to click subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. All right, I'm gonna share with you these products. Now, I don't really know how I'm gonna go about doing an update. I'm certainly not one to do like a monthly Project Pan update. We are right now in mid-February, so I thought what I would do is at some point this summer, maybe towards the end of summer, give a little update and then do one again before the end of the year. Honestly, I might just wait until the end of the year. I'm not really sure. Let me know if you love these types of like use up my makeup videos or Project Pan, even though I really am calling this like project use it all the way up, because that's my goal, not just to hit pan, because some of these already have pan. It's really like use up these things. Let me know what you would like to see, but I'm thinking like 1 or 2 updates. So, okay. And it's so interesting because I seem to have a couple items from a couple of the same brands, which I thought was really interesting. And I don't know if that was just like the vibe when I first bought these. I just was like, oh, I'm pulling out a lot of things from the same brands. So let's go ahead and talk about one that I have 2 sitting here. These are the exact same shade. This, actually one looks a little lighter than the other, but they are exactly the same. So this is, I don't even know why I'm looking. This is the Fenty Gloss Balm in Fussy. This is my favorite shade. I will always have one of these on hand. At some point I got 2 and opened them both up like a fool. I don't know why or how that happened, but usually I end up keeping one of these at the salon and one on hand for me to throw in my purse or use here, whatever. And they're both about, this one is like kind of here right now. Maybe you'll be able to see that. And then this one is a little bit lower. So I would say it's not quite half. It's probably 2/3 full. So I'm gonna try to use up this entire, this entire 2/3 of this Fenty Gloss Balm. That's a lot. That's a lot of product. But the thing is this is such a go-to for me. Like, it's so easy to put on. I'm sure you've all seen it. I will swatch it. I've got a little gold eyeliner here that I actually used as my inner corner today on my hand. So just ignore that. But I will show you here in case you haven't seen this. I don't know how you could not, but I still really love this formula of the gloss balms. And this is the original like luminizer formula. It doesn't have the tingle, it doesn't have the cooling. It's just a beautiful, natural flush of like rosy mauvey pink, and I just really love it. I know a lot of people really like the Fenty Glow color, which is, you know, the warmer nude version of this one. I have that as well. I have a lot of Fenty glosses, if I'm gonna be honest, but this is the one that I know I can probably get through this. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that this year. Now, the best way to go about that would obviously be to have just one that I'm working on. However, I think I'm probably gonna, I just don't know how to do this. Like, is it gonna get used more if it's in my purse or if it's at work? I'll have to figure this out. Maybe I'll do a little bit of both, but I'm going to use this one up this year. So let's move on to another product that is very close to being done, and one that I've shared here on my channel before that I'm wanting to get through. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. We're getting there, y'all. We are getting there. Usually I'm honestly using this as a mix-in with a foundation to sort of sheer it out. I do sometimes use this as just my moisturizer, but it would have to be really in the dead of summer. So until then, I'll just be using this as a mix-in for foundations when I want a little bit lighter coverage. It's nice. You know, I fell into the hype when it was the thing on YouTube and everybody was using it. You can't get this one anymore. I don't think they make it anymore. But, you know, it's just a nice, lightweight moisturizing serum. So we're gonna get through this one. Another product that I absolutely love, and I would actually consider getting again, I'd need a different shade because this one is just ever so slightly, I would say, too, like, peachy on my skin tone. This is the MAC Studio Water Weight SPF 30 foundation. This is actually what I have on today. I just put a little bit on and then dampened a brush with Fix Plus, actually also from MAC, obviously, just to get a very, very thin coverage. This already is a pretty light coverage, but it just has such a beautiful natural skin finish to it. I really like this. I think that they also have this possibly in an even more glowy formula. I feel like that's the case, or maybe they've actually changed it to a more glowy formula, but I do really like this. This is the shade NC25. So I feel like I just need something that's honestly not even warmer, but more olive. And I just don't know that that's something that MAC has in their range. So I would consider getting this again, but I have so many like lightweight, beautiful skin finish products that it probably won't be for a while, but I would like to get through this one. I've been cranking through this one this winter for sure. It's starting to get to the point, hopefully now I'll be, I don't know, maybe seeing a little bit more life outside. Here in Wisconsin, we like to delude ourselves into thinking that February is the end of winter and now it's spring, but it's really not. It's really not spring here until like mid-April. So I'll probably have time to use that when I'm just hoping I don't get even more pale. All right, another complexion product that I am getting very close to being done on. You can see this is, I was oohing and awing and just drooling over this Salt New York little singles case. My friend Natalia sent this over because she saw it in my Splurge Stalker Save video, and I have my very well used and loved Sneaky Balm in here. So I love this. I think the shade that I have is N10. I have another one already ready to go because the brand was doing a really ridiculously good sale at one point and I bought another one. I do think it sounds like I was watching a video on Kiki's channel the other day. Kiki, by the way, is the founder of the brand. And it sounded like she's repackaging the Sneaky Balms, I'm assuming, into a deeper pan, just because, you know, with it being like a base product, you're gonna go through this faster than any of the other cream tint pros. So I think that the pans are gonna be a little bit deeper. So you do have a little bit more opportunity in this little case to be able to pop something deeper in. And then of course it has the pinhole on the back, but I'm gonna use this one up and very gladly work into my next one. The thing about this formula for me is that it's definitely something that is winter into spring appropriate and then back again in the fall, but I probably won't take advantage of this much in the summer because it is more of that balmy emollient product and we don't need makeup sliding all over our face. So I'm gonna use it now. This is not by any means like, actually, I don't think any of these products in here are products that I'm like hate panning. I actually really love all of these products. I'm just ready to like see them move on to the vanity in the sky. I don't even know what that means. Okay, another one and proof that I'm picking out products that I absolutely really love, which is probably great because then I know that I will reach for them. This baby right here, this is the shade Fair Medium in the Contour Wand, of course, from Charlotte Tilbury. I love this. This is my favorite contour of all time. I just feel like I probably need to get through this one. I don't know how quickly these go off, but I know that I've had this one for a while, so I should probably use it up. That's gonna mean using it quite a bit because a little goes a long way with this. There's not a lot in here, but a little really does go a long way. So I find that oftentimes I don't even honestly have to like open it up and crank out any product. Usually like the sponge tip has enough product for me to just get a little bit of shape into my cheekbones, around my forehead, and then maybe just a little under my chin. I don't go crazy with this, but a little bit does, like I said, go a long way. So I will use this one up. And the reason I am picking this is I actually have the medium deep shade, which for me is a beautiful bronzer in the summertime. And I think I have another one. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it in my vanity when I was looking through, but I think I have another Fair Medium kicking around somewhere. And that's why I chose the shade. I know I have a second of one of the two shades, so it's just time to use up one of them is what I'm trying to say. All right, we might as well continue with the Charlotte Tilbury, huh? All right, the Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder. That's a long name, Charlotte. So this one again has a really good amount of pan in it. So I have 3 powders in here, y'all. I have 3 powders in here. I don't know how, one of them I'm sure I can get through. I might be biting off more than I can chew with this one because it isn't a powder that I reach for all the time, and I pretty much just use it in the under eye area. Sometimes I'll go down my nose with it, but it's not one that I use all over the face really, especially in this light shade. I have the shade 1 Fair. Originally I did get shade 2, and I just found that between setting it on, you know, an emollient product like a concealer, that just deepened it up a little bit. And I actually am someone who likes a very slightly lighter under eye than anywhere else. I'm not going for like old school Kim K, you know, like where it's like almost white underneath the eye. I'm not doing that, but I do like a slightly lighter look. So that's why I got this one. I just like the look of this as opposed to shade 2 on myself, but that also means that I don't usually use it elsewhere on the face. So can I use up this much under eye setting powder? When the next powder I'm going to talk to you about is the one that I use almost all the time. We'll have to see. I'm definitely setting the bar high with this one. I'm setting the bar high, but you know, what's life without a challenge? All right, this one, I know that I can get through the rest of this. I'm pretty sure I can get through the rest of this. My Hourglass Veil Finishing Powder. This is hands down my favorite setting powder. So if I shake this to the side, I have thought I've been almost out of this, honestly, for like 2 months now. I use such a very small amount of setting powder on my face, and not necessarily even every day, but when I do, it's just a light bit. So in this package right now, I'm down to here. Can you see that? I am so far down, but I feel like it's been like that for a year. It's at least been almost at the same spot for like the last 3 months. And really, all I ever do usually is I shake it, and then whatever is in the cap here, that's what I use. I really don't use much, but I know I can get through this one. At one point, I bought another one of these. I do think I was using a lot more powder at that point in time in my life, but I have another one of these waiting for me to open it up. So it's time to just start going through the makeup hoard, and the best way I can do that is to use this one up. But I absolutely love this, so that's a challenge as far as like getting through the product, because a little goes a long way, but it's not a challenge as far as using it, because I do really like it. One more Hourglass powder. And this is another one. Okay, so, oh my gosh. I had the writing on this is so worn off on the back. This is one of the ambient lighting powders from Hourglass. Look at that. And if you know, these usually come in a domed situation. So I have gone through a lot of this. I have this shade, which is Dim Light. I have another shade. Let me grab it actually really quick. So I have another shade that I usually pull out in the summertime. Right here. So this is Radiant Light. So you can see this one is actually a bit warmer, a bit deeper. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've worn that one. So let me show you the two here. So you can kind of see the difference, right? Like this one's definitely has a warmer, like golden peach glow. This one's cooler. This is actually probably like, if I were to try to use this in the summertime, it would be far too cool for me. But right now it actually works just to kind of get that like luminous glow, right? I also have a full size, still in the box, Luminous Light. Which I think is actually not as cool as this. It's somewhere in the middle. I need to use one of these up. So I'm gonna use this baby up. I haven't actually been reaching for this recently, and I'm like, every time I pull it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I do really enjoy this. So I'm gonna use this as my final step finishing powder. What I'll probably end up doing is either taking this Sydney Grace powder brush or my BK Beauty 104 and then just very lightly running this over the skin after the rest of my makeup is on those days that I want just like a little bit more glow, a little bit of etherealness. That's not a word. The other thing that I like to do with this powder, if I just really want hella glowy skin, I will, on my no makeup days, not my no makeup days, but like literally no makeup days, I will take a beautiful glowy sunscreen and I will put that on, and then I will set the sunscreen with that powder just to feel like total angel vibes. So that's probably what I'll use it for too, just to make sure to go through it. And then I feel like it like sets the sunscreen almost like a glowy kind of like tinted moisturizer situation. So that's gonna be the plan for that. Let me put these brushes away. Okay, we have a couple more products and they're all actually in pencil form. So another Charlotte Tilbury product. I have this teeny tiny little bit of a lip liner left. This is the Pillow Talk Lip Cheat. This, for a while, was my favorite lip liner. I think actually from Charlotte Tilbury, I enjoy Super Size Me a little bit more. It's just a little bit deeper, but anymore, I'm usually reaching for my Lisa Eldridge lip liners, which is why this hasn't seen a lot of love. And like this nubbin at this point, I know I can totally get through. There was a phase in my life where I was wearing lip liner like 4 days a week. I would always, you know, take my little lip combo to work. Usually I would, and I was just talking to a friend about this, but usually I would just take both with me to work and like put it on in the car and run in. But there were days where I would like put my lip liner on before I left the house and then drink my coffee on the way to work and then end up putting my lipstick on after that. But there were a couple times where I stopped to get coffee, forgetting that I had lip liner on. Can you imagine? Just lip liner and nothing else, not blended, nothing. That's a story. Yeah, I'm sure at coffee shop drive-thrus, any type of drive-thru, they've seen some situations. They've definitely seen some situations. So they saw me with like very outlined lips. At any rate, I'm totally getting off track here. This one I'm gonna be using up. Another pencil. I wanted to pull out an eye pencil because it's like, it's just not something that I've been reaching for a lot. If I'm going to use an eyeliner pencil on my actual lash line, usually like that's the vibe for the day. I'm not wearing a lot of eyeshadow. I'm just using the eyeliner as kind of like a smoky, smudgy situation and lots of mascara. But there was a while there where I was really getting into waterline lining. I actually have a little bit of the About Face one in the green shade on today. Love it. But when I am wearing, I mean, really any makeup, but especially a dramatic eye, there's just something about having a deep waterline. For a while, it was getting to be my vibe again. I was like, oh my gosh, I just love this look. And so I kind of want to get back into that. So I pulled out one of my favorite waterline liners. This is the Urban Decay 24/7 Waterline Liner. I actually meant to look it up and see if you could still get this. This is virtually budge proof. I mean, I know that the original 24/7s really last in the waterline quite well, but I find that this one lasts even longer. It's just a black. It's just a beautiful creamy black. So I thought, I mean, and I actually use this quite a bit. So I don't know, y'all. I think I'm setting the bar super high with this one, but I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see if I can get through a whole waterline pencil in a year. We'll have to see. I might actually have to see what this looks like on the lash line too and cheat and see if I can use it for that as well. We'll have to see. We got quite a bit in here. I don't know. And also, by the way, I am not going to be like weighing these out. What I might do is after I film this, I'm going to mark on the bottles or whatever where I started with these, and maybe with the pencils I'll like take a picture just so I can like see how big they were, but I am not getting that crazy into it where we're like talking about like grams or ounces or whatever. I'm not doing that much. We're going off of visuals. Anyway, is this my last product? I think this might be my last product. I wanted to pull out a lip item and I saw this one in my Shop My Stash or in my like tower. I don't know. I pulled out some things at one point in time. And this is the Nars Satin Lip Pencil in Rakujian. And I think this is the only shade that they actually sell of this. They had two on the website and one is sold out, but this is just, again, I mean, this is just such a pretty, I mean, I definitely have a vibe here, right? Like soft pinky mauvies are my go-to because it's sort of like a My Lips, but better, right? So I love this. And I think that this texture is just so nice. This could absolutely be like an everyday, just whisk it on, very thin. You don't need a mirror. It's just gonna give your lips a little bit of color enhancement. It has that nice satin sheen to it. So it just makes your lips look really healthy and it's an easy to wear color. So this one, I really do think I can get through a whole lip pencil, right? I can get through a whole lip pencil. We can totally do this. So I think that's it. I think that that's a good place to start. If I use anything up, will I consider rotating something new in? Yes, absolutely. And obviously here, I'm pretty much focusing on like makeup products because if you know, I've really been trying to get through a lot of my skincare, so I didn't feel the need to put any of that in here. If you want to see the skincare I use up, check out my MG's videos because I have been like a rock star. I've been using up a lot of things. I really kept my purchases to a very, very, very minimum. You know, pretty much all of last year, other than the very tail end of the year, I didn't purchase anything other than things that I like was running out of. And even the things that I did purchase at the end of the year are things that I run out of on a regular basis. At any rate, check my MG's videos if you're curious about my skincare use-ups. But that's going to be it. I hope you enjoyed this. Again, let me know if you are into these types of videos, how you would like to see updates. Like I said, I think 1 or 2 for this year is going to be good enough. I just wanted to share some of the things that I'm excited to be working through. And so if you see them used here on my channel, you'll know why. And I would also love to know, do you have a couple things that you're looking to use completely up this year? We can cheer each other on. Let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you really soon. All right, I'm at the very end of this video and I feel like my lips are looking a little dry. So guess what I'm putting on? Fenty. we're starting it, y'all. We are gonna get this used up, I promise.